but he has a name, and we don't call him Yahweh no more, but we call him Yeshua. Jesus, Mary's baby, but Mary's Savior at the same time. Y'all ain't helping me in here. Don't y'all push me to preach oneness in here. To happen, it just turns on just like that. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, he is God. The Bible tells me that in the beginning, you're making me nervous. Somebody said, in the beginning, God created, God orchestrated, God put things together, God pulled stuff from out of nowhere.
Make it simple. Come on.
Let me say that again. God pulled things from out of nowhere.
You better preach.
It doesn't exist, but he causes it to come to it. Light does not exist, but he causes it to come to him by speaking it. When he says, let there be. Now, he does not have to say light. The text informs us that it was light to give us chronological order of what he created in the process. I don't hear nobody in here. But light existed before he said it. Just because he thought it. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you better be careful what you think. Because you about to think your way into your new house. You about to think your way into your new contract. You about to think your, look at somebody and tell them, I'm not going to have to say it this time, I'm just going to think it. Beginning, I'm almost done, I'm finished. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, but now something takes place in the realm of creation that does not resemble the architecture of God. Something happens in the realm of creation that does not have the signature of God. Verse 2 now tells us, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. God help me up in here. Now, it confused me before I went to Bible study, and before I decided to pay a little money for Bible school. I had a problem understanding how a God of beauty would create something so ugly. I had a problem understanding how a God of perfection would create something so imperfect. Somebody and tell them, how did I end up here? I know what God spoke over my life, but how did I end up here? I know what God promised me in my verse 1, but how did I get to my verse 2? Wish I had a witness in here. Bible tells us that there's a covering cherubim by the name of Lucifer, who, to make a long story short, is expelled out of the heavenly host. His intentions are to cease from taking the glory that he receives from the heavenly hosts and turning around and giving it to the heavenly God. He says, I will ascend my throne above the stars of God. And he get expelled out of heaven, and as a result of this, darkness covers what God made. I wonder if there's anybody in here that you got saved And then your sin created your darkness.